Hi, good evening everybody. Welcome to Blue and Gold Talk, the video on the channel if you're new, that I usually talk about anything random Buffalo Sabres, but tonight, again guys, I have a countdown. I made one last video, you guys kind of liked it, so I made another one on the eve of preseason, which starts tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end of the video, but I want to make a video, guys, just for entertainment value purposes as we close in on the regular season, which is just weeks away, guys. All right, so these are the 10 top things I believe Kevyn Adams has accomplished as general manager of the Buffalo Sabres, because you always see people all the time out there criticizing anything he does, but I'm going to give you 10 points I believe that he's accomplished. So let's get on it. Number 10, I got organizational structure. And on my note, I got Adams has made efforts to refine the organization structure, ensuring that a clear and effective chain of command and better collaboration between departments. So I believe that organizational structure was the first thing he did actually when he came on board. He had to organize this mess that he inherited, because a lot of people forget he inherited the worst organization in hockey when he took over. Let's not forget that, okay? With a spoiled brat captain to boot. So we had a lot of problems. The structure of the entire franchise was at his disposal. It was up to him, and rightfully they gave him the keys to the city and said, here, do what you can with this mess. So he, I believe, accomplished organizational structure within the organization. I do believe he has. I got at number 9, fan engagement. And on the footnote, efforts to improve fan engagement, communication have been evident. The organization worked to build a stronger connection with its supporters. I mean, you've heard him say before, yes, I know it's the same song and dance and everything, and he's got to get the respect of the fans back and everything, but he has made attempts to engage the fans. It's not like he hasn't. You know what I mean? It's like there's nobody, you can't tell me he hasn't tried to engage with the fans. The fans are just frustrated of a drought, which he inherited. He didn't create that drought, he inherited it. Let's not forget. So fan engagement, he's not only made attempts, he's accomplished it in my books. And I know fan attendance is hurt, but I don't think you could ask for a better general manager the way he's approached it still. He keeps the vision going, that we're going to win the fans back. Like, let you guys decide that one. Number 8, coaching stability. Now, we can argue, like, I got here, like the staff, I talked about the staff, and I didn't really put here what I wanted to, but he's helped create a more consistent approach, I believe, guys. Really, you know, like since kind of Granato, I should give Granato credit where it's due, is like he kept with Granato. He let Granato really like develop the youngsters, which he's good at. And then he brought in Lindy, and he's, for the first time, I'd say it's safe to say we've had back-to-back good coaches, you know, and I don't want to sound like I want Granato back. It's not that. But I think Granato did a pretty damn good job with what he had to deal with himself when he took over this team. I mean, he had to deal with a lot of issues. The main issue will be number 1 when I talk about it. So coaching stability has been accomplished, I believe, under Granato, especially now hiring Lindy. Number 7, this is the one, guys, cap management, okay? Improved salary cap management has allowed the Sabres to be more flexible, okay? They've been more flexible now. People say, well, you know, we're sitting on all this cap space. You don't seem to understand that that's important. You know, like if we can't get that winger that we want, okay? I'm on number 7, right? Yeah. If we can't get that winger that we desperately want, I won't say need, but want, okay, in this team, then the second best thing, guys, is having open cap space, because that is power when we need it eventually. And I've been saying this for years. It's the same song and dance I've given you guys. Cap space is power in this league, okay? You'll have teams begging at your door, please take this contract off of us. We'll give you like a second rounder and a prospect if you take this contract off our hands for the next 2 years. there's teams out there. What always messes up a rebuild, guys? Think about it. The thing that always messes up a rebuild is the teams they're having a smooth rebuild, and then all of a sudden, they spend all their cap space on some big name. That never usually works out. So I'm okay with it, where we're at with that. I like having cap space. So cap management, to me, he's been excellent. He's been excellent with the money, this guy. He's chipping away before we're a maxed out team. But he's going to make sure he gets the most for the buck, this guy. And by the time he maxes it out, the cap will go up. We don't want to do like the Leafs guys and be sitting on $5,000 of cap space every year with no options except guys that are 35 years old. No thanks. End of rant. Okay. Number 6, trade acquisitions. Okay. And what did I mark here? There's been more overall improvement in the team's performance on the ice. Well, I think we all know that, right? I guess I didn't really, but better results, more competitive games compared to previous seasons. Again, guys, this is because of trade acquisitions. Once we got Alex Tuch, this team changed. Okay? Guys, it's hot in here, sorry. But once we got Alex Tuch in that deal and got rid of Jack, okay, once we got rid of a self-centered captain and brought in a guy that wants to be a Buffalo Sabre more than he wants to be Jack Eichel, this team started getting better very fast. We were very competitive very fast. We've had back-to-back seasons over 500 now. We're on the cusp. And I think this year we're just going to blow past the cusp and we're just going to roll into the playoffs. Like, I'd be surprised, guys, if we need to get a wild card spot. I'm not sure we're going to get in this year, but we'll see. You know, we've been disappointed before. I'm not like assuming, but I'm assuming. I think they're going to get in this year. God. So trade acquisitions, very good. It's not often. I mean, you can look at all the trades Kevyn Adams has made and show me one where he's been swindled. And the Jack deal, he was under a lot of pressure to get that right, and he did. And he held out. Remember, guys? Let's not forget. Number 5, team performance. There has been an overall improvement in the team's performance on the ice with better results, competitive games compared to previous seasons, like I just said. And in the trade acquisitions, he has made trades, valuable seasons to the team. It's about the same thing, guys, but team performance has gotten better. I think we know that. We've had back-to-back we're not last overall team anymore, guys. Just a few years ago, they were saying that the Buffalo Sabres are going to be the worst team in NHL history, remember? And we weren't, not even close. So team performance, I think we can all agree, has gotten a lot better. Yeah, the drought is still alive, but the team performance is far better. We're far more competitive now. Number 4, roster management, guys. This is a good one. Under Adams, the Sabres have made more strategic and impactful choices. The NHL draft, which promising prospects showing potential. I'm a little too long-winded here, guys. Just me being long-winded. I swear I was drinking the way I wrote this out. But impactful choices. Now, yeah, when I'm looking at the team, I should have put these in different order. Anyway, it's okay. Trade acquisitions, team performance, roster management. The team's roster really has been effectively very balanced. If you notice, guys, like as much as we didn't want it, we've been the youngest team in hockey for years, and we're always acquiring veterans when we need them. So he's done that, and he did that to buy time, if you notice. Now it's about succeeding. It's a different level of expectation this year. Now, if you notice, they're talking about, all the time, they're talking about physicality. Remember, we didn't even want to talk about this years ago. Now I'm confident they're going to approach the season even more on a physical basis now. Like, I guess they had, like I said, guys, years ago, they must have had this planned all this time, but for them, I didn't know their plan, right? All I knew was I'm watching a team that never hits, and it was driving me crazy. So, roster management, I think, has been very good in Buffalo under Kevyn Adams, in a nutshell. And the proof of that was Anderson in nets. Getting Anderson, I remember all the Sabres fans are saying, why did we get this guy? He's finished. And boy, oh boy, did he turn out to be a gem, for a few years. Always be thankful to him. Number 3, I think a lot of you will agree with this, draft success. Under Adams, the Sabres have made impactful choices in the NHL draft, guys. Several promising prospects showing potential. I think when it comes to drafting, that Kevin Adams blows people like Steve Yzerman out of the water. He's just so good at drafting. And I'm just confident anytime this guy makes a draft that they got the player they wanted at that number. And it's just how it feels with him, you know. I can't recall, have we drafted a bust under Adams? Maybe. Oh, my phone's ringing, guys. Give me 1 sec, guys. Give me 1 sec. Hello?
Yeah, hey, did you take the boxes out for us out that store?
Yes, I did, days ago. April, I'm in the middle of a video.
Thank you. Sorry, I thought it was him that did it. He just told me it wasn't. I just realized. Sorry about that.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. My daughter, guys, thought it was something to do with the baby. All right, so I think drafting, he's been 10 on 10. That's why I got this number 3. I just really believe that. Number 2, player development. Sabres have seen progress in their player development system. Remember, we were all concerned about this years ago, with increased focus on nurturing young talent, okay? Proving the growth of prospects in the pipeline. Guys, I mean, our pipeline, I don't think, we might not be ranked number 1 no more, but we don't need to be. We just need to be ranked number 1 in being healthy, okay? Meaning we have a deep well of prospects that we can bounce off of in the future, and in the future after that, and the future after that. And that's what Adams wants to do. And this is what teams do that succeed. And then once they get there, the truth is, then you got to be buyers all the time after that, because you're never drafting high anymore because you're winning a lot. So that's something we'll have to get used to when the good seasons come, guys, is we're not going to be getting those high draft picks anymore. Sorry, we're not. So we're going to have to just be very patient and hope that free agents, and I think more free agents will want to come to Buffalo once the team's winning. You know, all we need is one deep playoff run, and all of a sudden we're back on the map again. So let's leave it at that. How long was it that Florida Panthers didn't even win a playoff series, guys? How long was it? It was over 20, 25 years or something. 26 years, wasn't it? They didn't win a playoff series. Now they're Stanley Cup champions, so. And number 1, for those of you that disagree with these 9, okay? Well, number 1's proof I'm right about the previous 9. And number 1, guys, is team culture. Adams has worked to instill a stronger and positive culture within the organization. Focusing on building a cohesive, motivated team environment. Me being long-winded again, I could go on and on. Some of the stuff I wrote here doesn't matter. Guys, the team culture changed under Kevin Adams. So if you guys that criticize Adams are right, then please explain to me how the team culture has changed, though. If you're right, and Kevin Adams is such a loser and he's a terrible GM, then why did all of a sudden, after trading out our captain and some big names, okay, how did the team culture change during that time? You tell me. Cultures change, guys, under this GM. That, for me, is gold, and that's good enough for me right there. So I'll leave it there. Those are my 10 major improvements that have happened under Kevin Adams. I probably can make a bigger list, but 10's enough, you know. Now, tomorrow, guys, we'll do a video before the preseason game. We'll talk a bit tomorrow. So as we know, we're on the eve of preseason. Should be fun tomorrow. See what happens, and we'll see who's going to be the surprise at camp. You know, we'll see at the preseason, and then all of a sudden we might just have a bit of a surprise. Don't know yet. We have to see what happens in these games. Somebody has to really stand out. And I think Kulich probably has the best chance, of course, of cutting the team the way he's looked so far. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. I don't want to make any assumptions or predictions with that because I didn't see Benson coming last year. I wasn't sure, But, you know, we'll see. I mean, the guy looks like 140 pounds soaking wet, and he cut the team last year, so anything can happen. All right, guys, I'm done. It's been long enough. Sorry I've been haven't seen you guys in about a week, a little over a week, but I wanted to throw out this video tonight. I'll throw it out there just for you guys to have a bit of fun with. See you guys tomorrow. I'll definitely be on the air tomorrow with you guys as we discuss the preseason. The boys are back in town. See you tomorrow.